Roses are red, violets are blue.
Kaffe fabric is here just
For
for you.
Keep watching. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe.
And Fran Morgan with Fabric Cafe.
We are so excited. We've been waiting for months for the Kaffe to come in.
So excited to share these with you.
But the nice thing is, whenever we order Kaffe, I also ordered sample fabric, so we were able to get these quilts made. So as soon as the fabric got here, we could share it with you. So let's get started. We're going to be doing quilts from Quilts in a Jiffy today, and this one is called Ashford Square. I like this one a lot because it looks, especially with the koi. So putting the koi in here, can't you just see a fish pond and the sunlight coming down through the water, and you see the water plants around? This one is great, and there's just nothing like Kaffe for bright, bold colors. Let's put that up here and look at the fabric. So when we first started working with the Kaffe, we had to learn that one of the ways that you get the contrast that you need with Kaffe is that you use the colors. So you have to learn how to look at Kaffe as if it's a color in itself. And so like this one, we looked at it and we went, okay, this one is orange, but it's going to be our focus. And then we look at these and you can see the contrast of the light and the dark with the number 2 and the number 3. So the number 1 fabric goes here in the focus fabric. And then the number 2 fabric is going to be the alternate block. So this is actually a half square triangle block that we've made here. And then for your accents and your border is your number 3. And aren't these just gorgeous? I'd love to have a garden,
yes,
with all of these growing in it and these beautiful colors.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and I can actually see the koi in the pond with all the caladiums around the edge of the pond.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and I love caladiums anyway. Okay, this kit is 8021850, Cheeky and Koi. Ashford Square is your pattern. It's only available in the book Quilts in a Jiffy, but we do have an alternate suggestion, and that is for the fast and fun, the So Fast pattern. So that one would really make up nicely as well. So Fran, tell us about the next one.
Well, our next quilt here is called Big Blooms, and this goes back to my favorite color combinations, the blues, the greens, maybe not so much purple, but just absolutely gorgeous. And I love how we put just a touch of solid in this just to kind of help offset it and really have your eye a place to rest. So let's put that on the table and look at that fabric. Now here we have managed to put the caladium fabric in the focus fabric, which is gorgeous. It's this big print and it goes in this part here. And then our number 2 fabric is this white with the geometric print going here. And then our blue as the border and our number 3 in this other part of the block. And I do like the blue in this because even though the Kaffe fabrics blend so beautifully together, every once in a while you just need that little bit of a place to rest, and this just works beautifully.
And this is called shot cotton, and I believe, if I understand it right, this is made by not printing on grayage where they would print this on top. This is actually woven and the threads are dyed beforehand. Oh. So it gives you a really different look, and it's a lighter weight fabric that's almost like working with silk or something. It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Except it doesn't crawl. Like silk does.
And hopefully you can see it there. The color is really intense, which I think is great because it does work very well with these beautiful Kaffe fabrics.
And the reason it's intense is because they're using dyed threads rather than putting it on top of a white grayage.
I see that. That makes so much sense. I never knew that. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
So this kit is called Indigo Vines. The number is 8021851. The pattern was Big Blooms, and it's only available in the book Quilts in a Jiffy. The alternate pattern is Dominique.
That's cool. It has a big bloom too.
Oh, it does. It would work out very nicely.
Well. Okay, now this next one is called Crossroads, and Crossroads is really one of my favorites. It's a really kind of different pattern in the way that it is actually the design is centered, and we made half blocks to go on each side. So you have your big blocks here, and then you have a half block on either side. And the instructions are very clear on how to do that. But this one is gorgeous. Let's put that on the table and look at these fabrics.
I love the way, so you mentioned in the first quilt how you have to look at the fabrics as just a main color. And this is such a great example of that.
It really is, because you've got your red and you've got your blue and then you've got your green.
It's
I mean,
perfect.
you can kind of see those colors playing in there. Yeah. And this is really what I think of when I'm working with Kaffe. I'm playing with colors. It kind of reminds me of that box of 64 color crayons whenever I wanted them so badly in the first grade. But I think I had 8. But the girl next to me had the great big box.
It was such a special feeling to get all new crayons.
Yeah,
It's
I loved
kind
it.
of like getting all new fabric in the mail.
That's right. So, you know, Kaffe is like having your own coloring box here. Now, this one is your focus fabric, and this one is just absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, I picked up the green from this for your number 2 fabric. And then the number 2 fabric also has a little blue and a little purple. And so we picked up that blue and purple in the 3rd fabric.
Gorgeous.
So this one is very, very pretty. And this one is called Primrose Path 8021852. Crossroads is your pattern. It's only available in the book Quilts in a Jiffy. The alternate pattern is Pretty Please. Now, you know, we've been talking about Quilts in the Jiffy, and I just want to point out to you that Quilts in the Jiffy is the book, and there are 8 patterns, and you can get this book free if you buy any of our 3 quilt kits. So it's a great way to go. You just skip the little patterns and you'll have all of those patterns. Oh, this is Fran's turn.
I get a turn, and wow, look at this. Look how big this is. This is a great example of our twin size pattern. This is Button Box from Quilt in the Jiffy. And what's really cool about all of the patterns in Quilts in the Jiffy and our other books as well is that we give instructions on how to make a lap size, a twin size, as you see here, and a king-queen size. So those instructions are included. Gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics. Once again, those yummy purples. And I just love how you put the unexpected little bit of reds and browns in here. It looks so pretty together. So let's put that on the table and look at that fabric.
You know, I remember whenever I first was working with the color wheel and I discovered that the color wheel had brown and purple as the complementary colors. I remember going, wow, I never noticed that, but it really does complement.
It
well.
really works, and this is just an absolutely gorgeous pattern done in the twin size with these fabrics.
Well, you saw how excited I got when I saw that that was the next one. I was going to rush over there, and it was supposed to be your turn.
That's okay. We can have turn. We can do it together.
Okay. Okay.
So, like I said, this is gorgeous, gorgeous fabric with these purples and browns and oranges and greens. It's just so intense. And this is our focus fabric, and it is in the big block here. And then our number 2 fabric, and remember, you take your focus fabric out of the equation. The remaining 2, the lightest is number 2, the darkest is number 3. And so here's our beautiful floral that absolutely contrasts with our focus, which is great. And it is here in the border and as part of the block here. And then more shot cotton. And you know, this one is is more purple, and the last one we saw was more blue. But it's just so brilliant in this quilt with these other colors. So
with a 3-yard quilt, you can get a lap size.
With one kit. A twin size, like you saw here, with 2 kits.
All right, King Queen for 4 kits.
For 4 kits, it's perfect. It makes it so easy.
If you buy 4 kits, you're going to get a book and a pattern.
I know, that's what you want to do. That's the deal. Okay.
All right.
So the quilt kit number for this one is 8021853. It is Poppy Fields. The name of the pattern is Button Box, available in the book Quilts in the Jiffy. Or you can take the alternate pattern if you get 1 kit free, and we suggest Tic Tac.
That'll look good too. I like that. Now the next one that I'm going to talk about is called Landslide. And when I designed this one and I named it Landslide, it was because I knew that I was looking for a name that portrayed something really fast. And this one is so fast. You have a big half square triangle with a big basic block, and it just creates this awesome look of the the diagonal like this, and it goes together so fast that you can make this one faster than most of our quilts, and all of our quilts are pretty fast. Now this one is gorgeous. I like the blues and the grays together. So if you have a gray sofa like I do,
Yes.
this one would just be phenomenal on that. And
It would.
just add that little bit of color. Because
Wow.
I know when I first got my gray sofa, I just had to have some color on it. So I think color is my middle name. So I have a colorful rug and I have colorful pillows on it, but this would be gorgeous on it. So this is your focus fabric. It's going to go in your largest block. And I love putting the big prints out on the borders too, because
I
I
love
think
that.
those look great. And then you have your number 2 fabric. You compare those two. We put this as our number 2 and this is our number 3.
Wow.
So that is the kit for this one, and it's called Landslide 8021854 Floral Pagoda?
That's
Oh
it.
yes, okay, that reading upside down gets me every once in a while. Now this pattern is only available in Quilts and Jiffy, but an alternate would be Diamond Dust. And that would look so cool because you'd have this fabric and one of the diamonds, this one and the other, and this would be your background. That would be
That is
great.
That is gorgeous. Absolutely
right.
love it. Oh wow, look at this one. Now this pattern, also from Quilts in a Jiffy, is called Wandering Way. And I just love the way that we've got the little bit of black geometric in here with our oranges and our blues and our greens. It's so perfect. Such a great contrast and a different look. Let's put that on the table.
I love the chrysanthemums.
They are gorgeous, aren't they? And what's so cool about this now, this chrysanthemum has a black background, which is kind of interesting. So it really does tie in the number 2. So it picks that up. So I
Yes.
love that. But then here you have the chrysanthemums that have some of the pinks and purples like the number 3. So it works so well together.
That does, and it gives you that contrast too with these.
It absolutely does. Just absolutely gorgeous. So our focus is, of course, again in the border, which I love. And then in our block here, our number 2 also in the border and in the block. And then our number 3 is making this great like chain across the front of the quilt, which I think is very cool of this Wandering Way pattern.
And what's amazing is how simple that block is when you really just block it out and look at it. It is not a hard one at all.
It is awesome. Very good. So let's look at this. Kit number is 8021669. Ooh, Supernova. What a great kit name. It is the Wandering Way pattern, and the alternate pattern we recommend is Heartland.
Okay, now we've told y'all this many times, and that is that every one of our patterns will work with any 3 yards. And when I made this the first time, I actually made it in patriotic colors, and it just looked so totally different. This one's called Oh My Stars, and I actually named this one because one of my mother's favorite sayings was, "Oh my stars," when she was surprised about something. And whenever she had just passed away about that time whenever I designed this one, and I just kept thinking about Mom, and I named it for her little favorite saying. So this has the friendship star here, and then it has the offset block here. So let's put this one on the table. And the number 1 fabric is going to go in the center. It's also going to go in your stripes here and on the borders. So this is the number 1 fabric, gorgeous. I love those hot pinks.
I know, it's just great. And this fabric, just on itself, that green just pops so well. What a great clue for a coordinating fabric.
Yep. You just had to do that. Go ahead and pick up that green in the number 2 fabric. And then the blues, you coordinate those with green and
Just
blue.
gorgeous.
It just works with the Kaffe fabrics. So this one is gorgeous, and the number is 8021855. Vivid Blossoms, Oh My Stars is the pattern. It's from the book Quilts in a Jiffy. The alternate pattern is called Friendship Star, so it's a little bit different. It has a solid block in that one. So that is what
love it.
all of our gorgeous patterns look like, and all of the gorgeous Kaffe.
Yes, and I think that Kaffe is wonderful because you can almost experiment with it and play with it, and it just brings out something all new in a quilt pattern that you may have made several times, but it'll look totally different and gorgeous, I think, every single time, no matter what you choose.
It would be fun to do a program sometime and compare the Kaffe with a different kind of fabric. If you like that idea, let us know in the comments.
Let us know, absolutely. And be sure and order by December 15th.
That's right. So if you're watching this in earlier December, remember to get your packages by Christmas 2021. You need to order by December 15th. That gives us a couple of days to get the packages in the mail, and the postal carriers are telling us that they can deliver them if we get them to you, get them to them no later than the 18th. So we've got it all planned out for you. You don't want to be late for Christmas, because even when you get your fabric, you can make a quilt in one day with one of our quilt patterns.
You can, which is great.
Well, thank you very much for watching. Remember, you get a free book if you order 3 kits and skip the little ones, or if you're ordering just 1 kit, you get a free pattern with each one. So it's Donna Robertson
And Fran Morgan with Fabric Cafe, and please be sure to go on and hit the subscribe button if you aren't already a subscriber. Ring the bell and we'll give you notification.
Sounds great. See you next time.